I'm looking at this first. Motion regarding these allegations against the HPD. There might be other charges. It's a 300-page document. How many pages is it? 385. It's a lot. I just went, first of all, to the statement by the witness, or by one of the affiant, by the person whose name. It's about overtime fraud. It's about defrauding overtime, and it's classified as theft. Are all of these cases for theft of overtime? You know what that sounds like? Bond fraud. Bond fraud and trafficking immigrants. But are you just going to traffic immigrants? This sounds like, first of all, it sounds like you stole what would have been my actual implementation of a strategy where I actually, the Attorney General, that was on the thumb drive that got stolen from me, about how officers using their personal cell phone while they're supposed to be working should be uh, forced to pay a penalty per minute of cell phone usage for abuse of their job duties as part of what would be a fund or offset connected to meeting certain pension obligations. And then the understanding would be creation of a deterrent to personal cell phone usage by police officers while they're on the job. You're not allowed to use your personal cell phone while you're on the clock, period. And if you do, you get fined. And if it turns out you're engaged in an act of wire fraud, it's not going to be considered theft of property. It's going to be wire fraud. It's going to be other things besides that. What this sounds like, unfortunately, is some manipulation of that case. And I was just mentioning this the other day, a case that was posted for a weekend. It was just one weekend. They filed it on what, the Friday? I contacted IAD on Thursday. Friday, they filed the case. By Tuesday, the next week, before the bond issue in New York that I discussed closed, they had already ruled on the case. It was for some sort of compensation. Problems with compensation for municipal workers in Houston, not police, but municipal workers that were concerned, that were protesting that they had been denied compensation. I think it had to do with overtime, in addition to other things. This was in 2018. Now, was it after the time frames during which this discusses things? Yes, it was. But by that time, there had already been all of these other events that had occurred. And if I'm correct, the time frame right now, this is the first thing I looked at in these 300 pages. The time frame they're discussing is the time frame during which the city of Houston was trying to implement measures connected to the approval of a more than $1 billion pension obligation bond specifically for the police. As a matter of fact, these are around the dates when the brokerage listed it was issuing it. The brokerage, one of the brokerage that was involved, the one I wanted to have, I requested an investigation of, listed on its site 1,007,000 Houston Police obligation bond. It listed it on its site. And then in January, the Houston City Council approved, depending upon which you look at. I got a city council agenda that says they approved the $1,005,000,000 pension obligation. Where did the other $2 million go? This is the time for, so you're not talking about some narcotics, some cop in narcotics that's on his cell phone outside, places on his cell phone he's not reporting on his farm. And if that's, you're using this and you're using them to cover up for that, then you need, no. This conversation's over. Every single one. Can I get a judge somewhere to issue an injunction against the Supreme Court of Texas doing another damn thing until they're deposed? for their culpability with this criminal racket. And somebody has to produce the official documentation connected to the Attorney General of Texas's efforts to attempt to address ballot fixing and what he alleged in his petition. And not only him, it was signed by 6 people from the Attorney General's office. There are reports all over the place that the Supreme Court of Texas on September 2nd approved that petition and ended up issuing some sort of mandate to Chris Hollins in Houston, in Harris County. Where is that information? It's not on the Supreme Court website, and I can't find it on the Attorney General's website. There's all these news articles. All of that information, all of the official information needs to be produced, and it needs to be the kind of thing that every single member of the Texas Supreme Court and their clerks and their staff that likes to do workups will go on the record as saying is the official documentation that they stand behind in supporting and substantiating anything that has happened since June 2nd of 2017.